Hello everybody. Welcome to my channel, welcome back. This time I show you how I made two junk journal covers out of fabric, and I collaged it with dyed fabrics, with laces, doilies, papers, stitches, and then I show you how I glue it on the back cover to make then the journal. It will stop then at this stage, and at a further stage I will show you how I insert the signature and glue the signature last page here on top, so you don't see this work here anymore. Before I do that though, I have other work in progress. These are back pockets I did with this big one, but I'll show you that in the video as we go. So before I show you the signature and the continuation of these very specific two covers, I have another work in progress that I will hopefully show you before I continue on this one. This is to follow up after my cat's claw dyeing, and apart from paper I had also dyed some fabric. Here is a fairly biggish piece. It was pink to start with, and then I put it in the cat's claw bath and put it out on the roast to dry in the sun, and it's got a really beautiful hue shade of not so pink, but this violetish pink, this mauve type of color, and it's gonna be the cover for a journal. So I start here. This is gonna be the front, and I started here with a little I nearly said mosaic a little collage of dyed bits and pieces that I had dyed. This is still from my last patch which I did with food coloring, where I mixed red and blue to make purple. These are a bit of leftovers. And this piece here, it was a bit of a beige doily. This is dyed with cat's claw, really at the end when it was really very dark. And this fabric also, this is actually, I show that on the other side, because this is this pink, if you can see here, it's a bit similar, but here it took much stronger. I had the berries on top, and they turned out much more violet, much more purple. So it's gonna go on here. I already laid out a bit the design of the collage, and these are two bits of paper, and I will start with, that's not the needle, here I prepared a needle already with the knot, looking for my thimble, and I will start with just tacking, because they are just held here with 3 pins. So I will just start tacking down. This is a grey, light grey color thread, so I don't want it to show really strongly. So I just will make loose tacking stitches so it won't move. And after I tacked it down, I will do some embroidery stitches and slow stitching to go around. But first I will just tack these bits and pieces. I will go all around. I won't show you all what I do online, but you get the hang of it, just to take down these bits and pieces here. And of course, if you would do something similar, you can rearrange, you make your composition here, put out the fabrics. I started on this and then I thought, oh, this is a bit too small for what I want. I just started. I didn't think very much. I just started. And then I thought, oh my God, it looks like a collage, but what do I want to do with it, really? So I thought, yeah, it's going to be a junk journal cover. And then it wasn't, for the little one I'm working on, it was too big. It would have lost a bit of space that it needs. So, but for a bigger one, then it's not big enough. So that's why I opted to get this piece of fabric as the background, and this then will be wrapped around the cardboard of the cover and sewn onto it. But now I tack all these down just on this piece, and then I make sure I got the right size for the book cover, and then I will do the slow stitching together like this. But I will be coming back by that time and show you a bit further how far I got with tacking this down and laying it out on the cardboard, that everything's gonna fit. This is how far I got now with stitching on the collage onto this piece of fabric. I just tacked it very loosely. These two bits of paper I glued on, and I pinned the size of my cover that's gonna be glued onto the cardboard. I hope to get that far today, that I finish this cover, but for now I show you this bit that I've done off camera. And this is a little pocket. It's on the reverse side, and this is where my tag will sit. Tundra the bearess. And I just made these little pockets. I made a few more. I'll show you here with different, this is a paper snippet here with a bit of lace. This is just a pocket with a bit of lace, and this is a pocket with a butterfly and the odd stitch. This one I chose because it nicely repeats this lace here. And now I will endeavor to stitch this onto the front cover. This is already sewed on, and here I thought I slow stitch 2 or 3 rows around here. I won't give it many more stitches because I like the space, I like this composition as it is, so I just will center this nicely and just slow stitch 3 times or 2 or 3 times with a rather thin thread. And it is now a matter of choosing what color I would like to tack it with. So we could do a red, we could do a blue, which I am inclined to lean towards a blue, or one of these, because then it picks up the blue here, but then we won't see it over these. Or a bit of a purplish. It's too much purple. Darkish blue. What else have I got? A very light blue. Oh, this blue. This is too purple. Very light blue, or this blue. I think I like this blue. Or the darker blue. See, it's not easy. It's also, I wanted to show over the paper, but the stitches will show anyway. I think I go with the gentle color. So I haven't used this for a long time. I was lucky I bought all these at the charity shop. They made up these little pouches to sort the colors. Or shall I do a purple? Not different. Oh, so difficult. Anyway, I will do this off camera because it is not such a big deal to watch me do slow stitching. That's a very simple procedure. So I just split this. It's a four-stranded thread, and I'm just will use 2 because that's just gonna be perfect. And I will slow stitch it straight onto this before I glue it. So when I've done that, I shall see you again. I finished stitching, although I did it all differently than I thought. I didn't use the blue. I used this very pale pink that is nearly invisible, and otherwise it would have been too framed. I didn't want to frame it because the design here is so unique for itself. So I blanket stitched it here on the side, these 2 sides, and here I slow stitched a little bit, and I made 2 stitches here for the corner because we got here paper corners. Now it is a matter of gluing this onto the cardboard. I got my glue here. Ah yeah, this is the other one I wanted to show you. This is one I already glued. This is the little one that I mentioned earlier, that this piece of collage would have been too big, it would not have lent itself, so I made a total new layout here. There's also that piece of paper, this envelope paper, inside out. There is a bit of a doily here, a bit of lace here, again that cat claw dyed doily here, and I some slow stitching here for the fabric. Here's a bit of coffee dyed paper, slow stitched here, and here these are seed stitches, and the back of it again we have Tundra de Beres, and this is a side pocket because I still haven't got a stamp, so still by hand I write here my name, Tundra Mabel, and my Etsy shop and my YouTube channel and an email. So that sits in here. Of course, this is a piece of an envelope, a coffee dyed, which I slow stitched here on 3 sides, and with a bit of a washi tape I finished off the entrance to the side pocket. So now I will do the same with the big one. Just glue it in on the two sides and then the two big flaps. I prepared the size, so I'm taking out now the pins. It's been a while since I worked on it. I had so many other things to do, including on my property, so that kept me away from working here. So it's been folded over for a while, and hopefully it will keep its shape, so it will fit nicely in here. So we do first the two upper parts. So all goes right, this will fit perfectly. I haven't got too much on the bottom, too much fabric, but it will work. It's just sometimes the bits and pieces that I have and want to use are of odd shape, but because of color or pattern or something, I still want to use it. So I have to struggle here a little bit. Okay, so we glue it on top first. Start in the middle, work myself around. Oh, I was going to put a piece of newspaper underneath, so it doesn't matter if glue spills. Okay, one side done. So we glue the upper part. Doesn't need so much glue because I haven't got too much fabric. It's very little. There will be a piece of paper covering this that will be already part of the signature, so that will properly safe glue this once more. Okay. Okay, looks good so far. So now I will just cut a little bit of this away, but not too much because I don't want the bare corners to show. I hope everybody is fine on this lovely day here. I hope you also have lovely weather wherever you are. Most of you have summer now. Oh, winter is alright in Queensland. Very mild and sunny here. Okay, make sure it's stretched properly. Overlapping here. This is the front, no, this is the back. This is the front. Oh, looks good. Oh, way too much glue. Okay, stretch it nicely. And cut off excess. And I think that's all I can do today. Now we let it dry. It's nicely stretched. Perfect. Bit of correction. Wasn't stretched tight enough. That's it. That's it. So that's the back cover. Oh, I didn't stitch it here. So it's just a belly band so far. So I will stitch here by hand a little bit. Or shall I do it over the cardboard? Maybe I do it over the cardboard so it's also got that stitch. This is the front. These are my two covers on cardboard. Now I will do the signatures, and I will come back with this project to show you further proceedings. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. See you around.